Welcome back to Growth Catalyst Up. Today is day 16, and on this day 16 of how do you turbocharge your career course, we are going to look at how do you talk to and engage with recruiters who matter on LinkedIn. Let's dive in. LinkedIn is a great platform to connect with recruiters. It's a professional platform. Recruiters are all there looking at which talent is coming up, which talent is active, which talent is doing what, and they keep a hawk's eye on emerging talent and emerging discussions and so on, because it helps them to spot the talent. And by being there and doing the right things, you can also be in the radar of the recruiters who matter, and you can also cultivate engagement with them. How do we go about doing this? There are a few steps. Let's start with step number 1. The first simple step is to be active on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a platform which is buzzing with ideas, buzzing with topics and discussions. There are lots of thought leaders, so all the recruiters who are there on LinkedIn, and you need to ensure that you are also there. You have to be there in the market to be picked up by the people who are scouting talent from the market, right? And LinkedIn is a great marketplace to be in that manner. So a couple of things that you can do. When a thought leader shares a topic of interest, which is of interest to you, then you can comment, you can add your perspective on top of that discussion. It is one simple thing to do. You don't have to sweat too much. You don't have to work too much. Second, actively start a discussion, actively share your perspective, actively start a topic of discussion so that you establish yourself as somebody who thinks through the topic, who you establish as somebody who follows up on his or her passions and interests. If you're really interested in a topic, you have a perspective. If you have a perspective, why don't you share your perspective? That's how the thought process goes. So please do feel free to share topic, share interest, share perspective on LinkedIn. That will draw attention from the recruiters who are all there. So go ahead, start something and be very, very regular in sharing your perspectives on LinkedIn. That's a short way to draw the attention of the recruiters who are all trying to spot the talent. The second thing that you should do is to stay connected with recruiters, especially who are from your industry, your vertical. I know a couple of friends in digital marketing who are very closely involved in the recruiters from that domain, that vertical. So when the chance comes up, when the opportunity comes up, either the recruiter gets in touch with them or they are able to reach out to the recruiter saying that they're looking out for a better opportunity and so on and so forth. There's absolutely nothing wrong in doing this. You should actively do this. Simple way of doing this is find out recruiters who are in your industry and reach out to them, engage with them in their post, share your posts. That is one way of engaging with them so that when the need arises, you can reach out to them. When the opportunity arises, they can reach out to you. The third thing that you should do is think like the recruiter does. If you're the recruiter, how would you find talent out there? You would basically search within LinkedIn for the key skills that you're looking for. Imagine that you're a recruiter. Imagine that you are recruiting for, say, data analytics job. You want people who are good in certain languages. Let's say somebody who is good in Python, somebody who's good in Java, somebody who understands R. You also are looking out for that person having experience and delivered in data analytics kind of projects before. So you would look for proficiency in delivering certain kind of projects in data analytics. So you are looking for a bundle of experience and bundle of skill sets. Now, if this is how the recruiter is going to think, then you need to provide for that in your profile. You need to optimize your LinkedIn profile with keywords so that when the recruiter looks and searches by these keywords, your profile pops up. So whatever skill sets you have, whatever experiences you have, look and scan different job requirements like we talked about in our resume discussion a few days back. Exactly same principles apply here in LinkedIn in this context. Look at it, what kind of skill sets are asked for, what kind of experiences are asked for, and filter them out. Ensure that you have them as your skill sets in your profile in your LinkedIn. When your profile is peppered with keywords, is naturally filled with keywords and not artificially peppered here and there. I don't mean by that. It should naturally flow in terms of, okay, this is a skill set. I used it to accomplish this particular achievement, this particular project delivered, this particular sales delivered, this particular client was satisfied because of this skill set and this kind of activity. That's how it should flow. When your profile is naturally flowing with and filled with these keywords, when the recruiter searches for by these keywords, obviously your profile will pop up as one of the profiles that he's looking for, and it will make the job of the recruiter very easy to connect with you. Go ahead, check out your profile, whether the right keywords, all the keywords are there and also there in the right density. Check it out. The fourth point may look like common sense, but common sense is the most short in supply. Whenever any recruiter contacts you, reply courteously, reply professionally, reply with utmost sincerity and courtesy, even if you are not interested in the job that he or she is offering. The recruiter is doing his or her job. She is reaching out to you because she thinks that you're a good match for, probably a good match for the profile that she is asked to fill. You may not be interested in the job because maybe you are loving what you're doing and therefore you have no interest moving out, or that profile doesn't look like a suitable profile for you. Whatever be the case, don't dismiss the recruiter or don't make enemies of the recruiter. There is no need to be uncourteous, harsh, and I've seen people doing this. Why are you calling me? Why are you bothering me? I'm not interested. Don't you know? All of these are unnecessaries. They are doing their job. If you're not interested, tell them politely, saying that I'm not interested. If you know somebody who may fit, you can go one step further and help them find out. And it's a quid pro quo world. So people remember what people did to them. If you have done a good deed to them, the karma will dictate that they will do it back at some point in time. It will come back to you in a nice manner. But that's all later. That's all for not for the discussion. The point to remember is be courteous. Don't be harsh, even if you are not interested in what they are bringing to the table. That's more important. The last step and the most important step to my mind in ensuring that your profile is ready to be searched and recruiters can reach out to you is to ensure that the world knows, the recruiters definitely know that you are open to work. If there are two ways of doing it. One, you can announce to the whole world by putting up that open to work, that green signal on LinkedIn. If you think that it doesn't matter, maybe you are not employed and therefore you are very, very actively looking for that employment, or maybe you are employed, but you are not really worried about your current employer finding out that you are looking out and therefore you are boldly telling the entire world that you are open to work. A lot of people have started doing that. That's okay. If you don't want to do that, you can still secretly turn on the open to work on your LinkedIn features, which will tell the recruiters that you are open to work. Of course, your company recruiters will also get to know. That's part and parcel of how the world works, but you can turn on discreetly the open to work feature so that recruiters know, okay, this person is now ready to accept job offers and let me reach out to them. So turn it on so that recruiters can reach out to you, and that's one definite way of ensuring that the recruiters are in touch with you. Now let's summarize what we have seen in this section. One, be visible, be active, be visible. It's important to be active and visible. Otherwise, you will not be seen and you will not be in the radar of the recruiters. Number two, actively engage with the recruiters who are from your industry, and recruiters specialize in different industry verticals. Find out who are the recruiters who are specializing in your industry verticals and actively engage with them. Number three, Recruiters are going to find you out only by checking for key skills and key experiences that they're interested in. And therefore, for the industry that you belong to, for the kind of things that you are doing, ensure that your profile is optimized for those keywords, key skills, key experiences. It is very important to do. Number 4, whenever a recruiter gets in touch with you, respond courteously, especially if you are not interested in the job. You would automatically respond courteously if you are interested in the job. That's not very difficult to do. Respond courteously, graciously, professionally, even if you're not interested in that particular offer. It's important to keep the ties going and keep the ties going in a professional manner. Last but not the least, ensure that you have turned on the open to work either discreetly or to the whole world. Otherwise, people will not know that you are ready to move on from wherever you are or looking out for another job offer. So please ensure that it is opened up, it's discreetly at least turned on in your LinkedIn profile so that people can start approaching you. I hope you like this section. Please like it, please subscribe to the channel, and we will see you in our next episode.